Speaking of difficult positions, Manchester United have agreed.
Why are you looking at me like that when you say that?
Don't like the way you're sitting. You've got your leg tucked
I
under
always do
your
that,
other leg. I
actually.
don't
Yeah,
like it.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're going to cut off circulation.
It's sexual.
It's sexual. It's a sexual thing. Yes, Man United have agreed a 72 million deal to sign 20-year-old Rasmus Højlund from Atalanta, meaning they will finally have a main number 9. They've had number 9s before.
Justice without Weghorst.
Yeah.
Justice without Weghorst. You can't. By the way,
Another Game of Thrones character.
Exactly. Everyone's saying this. Oh, finally they'll have that striker. I mean, I understand Wout Weghorst wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He
still
can't pretend he
counts
didn't
as a
exist.
footballer, yeah.
He didn't exist.
Yeah.
He played. I saw him.
Yeah. What about Igalo?
Yeah, there's another
crying out
one
loud.
written out of history.
Written out of history. Well, I mean, so you got Haaland at City, you got Isak at Newcastle, you got Højlund at Man United. It's all going very Northern Europe, isn't it?
I like
I
the
love
fact.
it.
I like the fact that we're getting a bit of a kind of Nordic invasion.
Absolutely.
It's a very exciting thing. I don't think we see enough of it.
Let's not forget Martin Odegaard. Problematic though he may be, apparently.
But Martin Odegaard is a lot more dexterous.
But obviously, we spoke. The Football Ramble spoke through OTC yesterday on the show.
I listened to that. And I bloody enjoyed it.
Bloody enjoyed it. So if you want the professionals talking about it, but it's nice to see Manchester United actually getting their man, because they've spent a lot of time floundering in the markets over previous seasons when it comes to providing goals on the side.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of money. As a guy said yesterday.
That's a striker, though, isn't it?
I suppose so. And I guess if you're Manchester United, I suppose that kind of thing happens. But it's a big jump. A big jump from where he was to where he's going to be. And I think it was Nicky or obviously Miguel yesterday who said something along the lines of this, which is that if you saw, and maybe I'm going to expound on it slightly, but for me, if you saw Rasmus Højlund, who I know Jim's a fan of and who's kind of, on the radar as one of these exciting young strikers and all the rest of it, move from, say, Atalanta to Ajax or to Dortmund. You go, okay, that's an interesting deal. We'll see how he gets on there.
Yeah.
Maybe then after that he'll come to the Premier League. He's just basically missed out that step.
Feels that way, doesn't it?
And come straight to the biggest club in England.
And with the biggest spotlight. And
with a lot of pressure on him.
That's big, isn't it, for that amount of money?
And I think the money is the money, and we've talked about that before, and it's not necessarily that interesting or instructive to worry about the fee anyway these days. But it's like the player he is now, obviously full of potential. A lot of things in his locker, and that's exciting because he's young and because Manchester United, in the past have obviously always been about young players and bringing them through and all the rest of it. Ferguson's kind of era was typified by that, but it's also about the player he can become, right?
Absolutely.
And if he can make the step up and his ceiling is high enough, then it's a really exciting deal for them. I think the problem probably is that because his name sounds the same, as Nicky said yesterday, and because he's from that similar part of the world, people are going to start saying, and because it's Manchester United but Manchester City, people are going to talk about him and Haaland, which I think is unfair and I don't think is worth the time of day, frankly.
He's very quick and big, though.
He's a good player.
You say he's a big jump.
The
It won't be a
interesting
big
thing
jump.
as well is they're not dissimilar in style as well. So these comparisons.
Well, they are dissimilar as far as that Haaland is miles better.
yeah. You're not going to get the pound.
It's like me kind of going in front of my mirror with some nunchucks and going, me and Bruce Lee aren't dissimilar.
We both have nunchucks.
Doing the same thing.
But in the respective highlight reels, you would see a lot of.
Lee.
I don't know.
Follow them. Have you gone mad?
I don't know, I might have done, yeah.
Go figure. But in the
I
highlight
think the
reels,
book's also called What Does This Button Do?
amazing.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to make a joke, but it's just gone.
It's just gone. It's just gone.
The moment's gone.
David
Sorry, Jim.
got in touch and with a quick shout that while Rasmus Højlund is about to make the jump to Man United, his smaller twin brothers, Oscar and Emil Højlund, are also worth keeping an eye on. In fact, both of them had their first team debut for FC Copenhagen a couple of Saturdays ago in the first round of the Danish Superliga, being subbed on at the same time.
That's incredible.
In the 89th minute with Copenhagen leading 2-1. Has there ever been a case of twin duo double sub first team debuts?
It must have been weird to look at. Do we know if they're identical or not?
Oh, I don't.
I hope they are.
I mean, they're twin. I guess, identical.
But not all twins are identical, are they?
No, that's true. But Daddy Højlund must be very proud, says David. The family WhatsApp must be very competitive.
Yeah.
I bet Daddy
Stats.
Højlund's not even getting his Daily Mail forwards in.
He's not even getting his low-res JPEG
Exactly,
in,
yeah.
because it's all about the goals that all his sons are scoring all the time.
Yeah. I'm really into this. There's a Laudrup quality to it.
Yeah,
in the future,
definitely.
if we've got 3 Højlunds on the pitch for Denmark,
Yeah.
2 of them playing up front together.
Højlund.
Because one's a striker, one's a midfielder of the twins.
Oh, really?
It'd be great, wouldn't it?
So one putting all the chances on for his 2 brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think going back to Højlund as well, one thing that I found interesting when I started looking at it, because I basically, when I knew we were going to be talking about him when he was going to sign for United, I know it hasn't technically happened yet, but people expect it to. I watched back Denmark against Finland from a few months ago where he scored a hat-trick. It's like his first international goals, I think. And he was brilliant in that game. He probably should have scored 5, and Lucas Radecki in the Finnish goal made a couple of good saves. And you look at him and you think, fucking hell, yeah, he seems really decent. But on the other hand, respectfully, he's playing against Finland, who I know have had some recent success by their own standards at international level, but aren't world beaters. And I couldn't find an example of, apart from 1 goal against Lazio in Serie A and 1 goal against Dynamo Kiev for Sturm Graz in some European qualifier. Other than that, Højlund's never scored a goal ever against what you'd call a big club. And all of his goals last season in Serie A came against teams that you'd think, okay, they're kind of also ran Italian teams.
Well, this is it, isn't it? I think he's...
So it's potential is what I'm saying. Very much
absolutely,
potential.
but you wonder if they sort of need a striker for now, perhaps, to compete. But I suspect this might initially be a bit of a job share with Marcus Rashford, because they've got a lot of quality out wide. Rashford can play very effectively through the middle. He's very good at it. I don't get the impression that he hates playing there. So I think there is the opportunity to bed in Højlund and give him the time he needs to get up to speed without sort of losing much attacking verve.
Yeah.
I think it's a really, really good addition. If they've pivoted away from Kane, which clearly they have, perhaps they've thought the money at his age is too much of an outlay.
They're not going to sign
or
Kane
it's
now, are they?
impossible.
You're
Yeah,
not
they
gonna
won't
sign
get him
him.
now.
Yeah.
Or for whatever reason they thought Spurs just wouldn't sell to them. This is really the kind of the next best option, because it's potentially someone who's going to be there for a very, very long time. And also, with Onana coming in as well, Mason Mount's a very, very good signing. Johnny Evans as well, weirdly. See that?
Yeah. I'm all about that.
Flummoxed
I
by
love
it,
that.
but really
I
into
love
it.
that.
Yeah.
That's them saying, I'm sorry what we did.
Yeah.
I apologise for that, because that was wrong of us.
Really gone under the radar, but
Yeah.
they signed him for like a month initially, and then I guess they're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
So all for that.
He looks amazing in the new sort of green and white striped kit, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
The Man United second away kit is beautiful.
Do you think this is just to illustrate to Harry Maguire, like, this is how much you're not welcome here?
Well, yeah.
We've got Johnny back.
But Johnny Evans...
Here's
but
Johnny.
I think Johnny Evans is now a better player than Harry Maguire. So I know that sounds a bit controversial, but going back to Rashford, when you talked about that, it reminded me, I was looking into Rashford as well. And I think in my mind, and I think in a lot of people's mind, his best position is off the left, right? And I know he can play through the middle. But in games last season in the Premier League where he started, he only scored 1 more goal playing from the left than he did playing through the middle.
Interesting.
So there's not actually that much difference.
Thank you for watching a clip from the Football Ramble podcast. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an upload. A single upload. Don't miss out on the uploads. The uploads are important.